Welcome back. You're watching JetSynthesys presents the Global E-Cricket Premier League. This is match day 9. Time for match 2. It's Kolkata versus London. And Roshan, we saw in the first game, table toppers Dubai took such a big hit that should send danger signs or danger signals, in fact, for Kolkata.
Well, the danger signals have been coming from the start. Little did I expect that here, in this stage, when things are getting tighter, you can expect surprises. But here we are, day 9, first match, boom.
जी हाँ, और हम आपको बता दें कि आज दुबई और कोलकाता के पास दो मैच थे. उनके पास मौका था कि अपनी टॉप 2 में जगह पक्की कर सके. कोलकाता के पास अभी भी वो मौका है. ये ऐसी टीम है जो अपने पिछले 3 मुकाबले जीत कर आ रही है. एंड दे आर अगेंस्ट द साइड लंडन राइनोस हु आर 4th इन द टेबल, बट दे ओनली वन 1 out of their last 3 games. How does London look at it?
Well, London will, like I'm saying, they've combined well in the last couple of games. What is more important for them is, having that first start. Because you saw yesterday in the game where they lost 3 wickets back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the likes of Tejas not firing, it is a big problem for them. So I think that middle order really has to come up and step up in case they get to bat first.
Yeah, and you look at this fixture list for today, Mumbai and Chennai facing off in an important game afterwards. Must-win game for Chennai, but also for Mumbai, who have been on a bit of a downward curve. And then obviously Dubai and Kolkata get to play their second matches. And the game of red light, green light, 4 red lights, 1 green light. Interesting call that Lucifer gets it right a lot of times, Roshan.
Well, of course, first it was Floki, now it is Lucifer. I don't know if he's trying to do something fishy, I'm not sure. But well, again, the results are here pretty much. Now, this is a good mix, I reckon. 3 of us call for Kolkata. And again, it's just Cripps and Floki, or rather Cripps and Lucifer who calls London.
Yeah, Lucifer always gets a different prediction, and that's what he does. But let's talk about the upcoming match. It's Kolkata versus London. Kolkata Hawks versus London Rhinos, and it's, it's setting the stage for how the day is going to look like. We know Kolkata have an opportunity in hand, win both their games, and they confirm their spot in the top 2.
Of course, well, they've come back with 2 wins, remember, the likes of Chennai and New York, one with 5 runs, one with 3 runs, which makes them that favorite out here. But again, in that game of cricket we've seen, the first match, we've already been surprised. So there's nothing fixed that you can say. It's all about who fires out there. This is, of course, the Kolkata Hawks side. The good part for them is Sachin has finally started firing up.
Absolutely. But you look at their batting card. They have 4 players. You have Krunal, you have Sachin, you have Sujit, and you have Satyendra. All of them have scored 100+ runs. How does London look at it when you see 4 players with 100+ runs in the opposition?
It could be intimidating for sure from a bowler's perspective because, you have a good team of batters out there from the likes of Kolkata. We were building in the last games where we were building Kolkata to have a good bowling unit and Delhi, if you remember, having a good batting unit. But now, I think things have got pretty, consistent for the team of Kolkata. On the other side, of course, London Rhinos, remember, like I mentioned earlier, if Sukhpreet, Praveen and Shivam get out early, or if the batting order is, kind of shuffled, and if they lose quick wickets, there is nothing that London can do about it.
And Tejas obviously having a lot of runs in his kitty, the 2nd highest, in fact, the 3rd highest run scorer, and he's going to be facing Mirdhaji from Kolkata, who is the highest wicket taker in this tournament. It's going to be an epic clash when a top run scorer versus the highest wicket taker.
Well, we do sometimes, make that analogy that it could be a team of bowlers taking on a team of batters eventually. We did start with the fact that Kolkata had a good batting unit, in fact, a good bowling unit, and then eventually it turns out that now even the batters are firing. You have seen this trend and turn in the tournament where now the bowlers, are getting more wickets, but also the batters, some of them who are balanced as well, in fact, they are going to bowl. Harbhajan is a classic case out there, and in fact, getting wickets as well, which is making the team stronger.
और हम रोज आपको एक नए खिलाड़ी से मिलवाते हैं, उनकी कहानी बताते हैं, उन्हीं की ज़बानी. लेकिन वो कहते हैं ना, 1 से भले 2. तो हम आज आपको 2 खिलाड़ियों से मिलवाते हैं. ये खिलाड़ी आते हैं अहमदनगर ज़िले से और ये दोनों कजिन्स हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अमित एंड स्वप्निल सुपेकर. अमित प्लेज फॉर लंदन एंड स्वप्निल प्लेज फॉर मुंबई. और इनकी कहानी ये है कि इनके दादाजी जो थे वो भाई थे, इनके पिताजी जो हैं वो कजिन्स हैं, एंड दे आर सेकंड कजिन्स. आइए मिलते हैं अमित और स्वप्निल से.
हाय, मैं हूँ अमित सुपेकर, मैं अहमदनगर से आया हूँ.
हाय, मैं हूँ स्वप्निल सुपेकर, अहमदनगर ज़िले से आए हूँ. हम दोनों भाई हैं, मतलब हम लोग साथ में ही खेलते थे गेम. 22 चालू, मतलब नया आया तो फिर हम लोगों ने वो खेलना स्टार्ट कर दिया. और वो खेलने के बाद वो जो इस टूर्नामेंट के बारे में मतलब ऐड आया, हम लोगों ने देखा, फिर रजिस्टर किया। मैं मुंबई ग्रिजलीज की तरफ से खेलता हूँ और ये लंदन राइनोस की तरफ से खेलता है। हम लोगों के दोनों मतलब एक एक मैच हुआ, एक ये जीते और एक हम जीते। अब इनका टीम हमारी टीम से थोड़ा ऊपर है और हम लोग यही कोशिश करेंगे कि इनके ऊपर से जाए और जल्दी से जल्दी टॉप 4 में आके क्वालिफाई करें। फिर आगे का देखते हैं टीम को कैसे आगे बढ़ाना है।
अभी तो मैं अभी वेटरनरी कर रहा हूँ और जब भी टाइम मिळता आहे तो गेम खेळता हूँ. तर मी GPL मध्ये आता आमची टीम 5 नंबरला आहे. आज बघू, प्रयत्न करू कसं काय, चांगलं खेळलं तर विन होऊन क्वालिफाय करू आणि पुढं टीमला फायनलमध्ये नेऊ आणि जिंकू.
हम लोग साथ में खेलते थे तब घर वाले इतना सपोर्ट नहीं खेलते थे, बोल रहे थे क्या यार दोनों भाई मतलब पास पास में ही रहते, तब लोग बोलते यार दोनों भी फ़ोन में पड़े हो, कुछ काम वगैरह करो, पढ़ाई वढ़ाई में ध्यान दो। तब GPL का टूर्नामेंट आया, हम लोगों ने रजिस्टर किया।
जेव्हा पहिली बार पुण्याला आलो तेव्हा घरच्यांनी येऊन दिलं नाही, पण आम्ही गाडीवर आलो आणि इथं GPL मध्ये पुण्यात आल्यावर सांगितलं आम्ही आलो इथे टूर्नामेंटला. पण आता परत घरचे म्हणले जा.
और थैंक यू सो मच GPL, हम लोगों को इतना प्यार सपोर्ट दिया, इसलिए थैंक यू सो मच।
They may be divided by teams, but are united by passion and the platform which they're getting out here, of course. Now, this brings us to the player of, or rather, players to watch out for in this contest when you have a look at that, because I think, we have been contemplating a lot of these players, to watch out for, but eventually we do have surprises.
जी हाँ, और आज के प्लेयर्स टू वॉच आउट फॉर हैं सचिन और तेजस। तेजस के बारे में हमने बात की थी, थर्ड हाईएस्ट रन गेटर, 237 स्ट्राइक रेट। सचिन से हमारी बात हुई है रोशन, ही रियली वांट्स टू स्कोर मोर रन्स फॉर हिज टीम। क्या करना होगा उनको डिफरेंट, स्पेशली व्हेन यू कंसिडर हिम और कंपेयर हिम विद व्हाट तेजस हैज बीन डूइंग?
Well, I think it's pretty. When you go out there and playing out there now, it's not more anymore about the fact that आप वहाँ पर जा रहे हो, आप nervous हो रहे हो, खेल रहे हो. Now the players have their base. They have that foundation pretty strong. It's time that you really understand your opponent well. Go very, understand the nitty-gritties of that game that they're playing, and then attack depending on what you are going, or rather what you're facing out there, which is what really makes it very interesting.
Roshan, we know what Kolkata needs to do. They need to win both those games and they will secure that top spot in the points table. लेकिन लंदन की भी बात करें, they are on 10 points. They have 4 games remaining. वो भी सोच रहे होंगे कि हाँ, हम भी दुबई वाइपर्स की तरह एक यहाँ पर अपसेट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं।
जरूर करना चाहेंगे। हम देख रहे हैं कि जो एक टीम होता है ना, जो एक अंडरडॉग बोल के आता है, वो हम देखेंगे कि वो कोई स्ट्रेस में नहीं जाते, कोई ऐसे एक प्रेशर में नहीं जाते। वो कहते हैं कि चलो हम हमारा खेल खेलते हैं। हमने देखा है चेन्नई के साथ भी, वी हैव सीन दिस हैपनिंग, दैट दे कम आउट, दे से दैट लुक एनीवेज, आई मीन वी डोंट हैव द पॉइंट्स एट लीस्ट फॉर नाउ, वी आर लैंग्विशिंग एट द बॉटम, व्हाट वी कैन डू इज जस्ट प्ले अ गुड ब्रांड ऑफ क्रिकेट. Or real cricket, of course.
There are no underdogs here. There are Hawks and there are Rhinos. We are ready for the toss between Kolkata and London.
Thank you, Roshan and Chetan. Welcome back, everybody, to the world's largest e-cricket and entertainment league based on real cricket. JetSynthesys presents Global E-Cricket Premier League. Now, we were just done with match number 1 of day 9. Ab मौका है मैच नंबर 2 का, तो टीम्स को बुलाते हैं, देरी नहीं करेंगे. द फर्स्ट टीम इज गोइंग टू बी कोलकाता हॉक्स एंड उनके सामने करने वाले हैं लंदन राइनोस. गिव देम अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज.
We came from the bottom and we winning. There ain't no competition. कोई नहीं मुकाबला. From the bottom निकला टॉप डाला पैसा तो मुनाफा. माँ पे गाली सीधा लाफा. और रैप द नाका सुनते बांग्ला मुझे धाका. मैं 5 स्टार के कपड़े पहन के खाता मैं हूँ धाबे पे. स्ट्रीम्स हो या ड्रीम्स अब पूरा कामयाब मैं. कोहली वाला माइंडसेट और धोनी जैसा शाप मैं. हर पब में जी और गेम है मेरे हाथ में. हंसता सीधा बैंक तक 50 वाले लाफ में. हा 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 हा. भाई तू है वीक और मैं लेता हफ्ता. खुद के तेरे हाथ नहीं तूने रखा चमचा. पूरा गैंग ग्राइमी हा टॉप सीधा शॉट शॉट्स तेरे ब्रेन में. बॉम्बे दा बैड मुंडा पंजाब तक कैंट में ना मैं.
All new Pulsar Mania's here. Maniacs wanted.
Piyush, hey, I was just on Lenscart. ये जो price है $999, right?
नहीं करण, रुपीज है.
I can't be seen wearing glasses under 1 lakh. Price थोड़ा ज्यादा हो सकता है क्या?
करण ये बढ़िया प्राइस है. It's only because we don't have middlemen.
90,000.
आप कहीं और से ले लो. 80,000. I'm going. Bye.
अमीरों की हाई लगेगी तुझे.
फैक्ट्री वाले prices, no middlemen. Lens cut. Download the app.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
तो चलिए अभी तो टीम्स का स्वागत हो चुका है. लेट्स गेट द कैप्टन्स इन एंड उनसे पूछते हैं, क्योंकि टॉस से पहले हमने बात किया था कि आज हंसी मजाक करने वाले हैं, तो मैं उनको पहले बुलाऊंगा. कोलकाता हॉक्स की साइड से सौरभ एंड लंदन राइनर्स की तरफ से सुखप्रीत. गिव द बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज गाइस कैप्टन्स को. थैंक यू. अभी शुरू होने से पहले सुखप्रीत मैं बात कर रहा था आपसे, पूछ भी रहा था टीम से कि उठता कौन है पहले.
मैं और प्रवीण.
और उठाना पड़ता है. अच्छा तेजस भी.
दोनों जो तीनों दूसरे रूम में हैं, इनको तीनों को खाना पड़ता है. हम सब रेडियो के जाते थे, जो तीनों सो रहे होते हैं उस टाइम पे.
सब हर वक्त. ब्रेकफास्ट करता है कोई?
इनमें से एक आधा ही करता है, बाकी तो
कौन नहीं करता है?
ये हमारा अमित तो शायद जब से आया एक आधा दिन ही किया होगा. बस जब तक बस नीचे आती है तब जो उधर बड़ी मुश्किल से रेडी हो पाता है.
मुश्किल से रेडी हो पाता है. कभी ऐसे हुआ है कि पकड़ के लेके आना पड़ा है?
बहुत बार उठाया है बहुत बार. नीचे से हमें मैनेजर का कॉल आती है कि नीचे आ जाओ, और ये जाके देखते हैं जो सो रहा होता है.
अगले बार है ना, आप मैनेजर को ही सीधा नंबर दे दो, उनका मैनेजर ही करेंगे.
सब उनके पास है. अभी मैंने उनके बोल दिया कि आप डायरेक्ट फोन करो, उनको मेरे बस का नहीं हो.
बढ़िया है. यहाँ पे हम पूछते हैं सौरभ से, आपके साइड पे ऐसे होता है कि सब उठ जाते हैं या उठाना पड़ता है उनको?
मेरे इधर नहीं उठते हैं, उठाना पड़ता है.
सब लोग?
नहीं, 2 लोग हैं मेरे रूम में. हाँ. इनको आए मुके पानी भी डालना पड़ता है इनके ऊपर.
सुखप्रीत बोल रहे.
मिर्जा जी और बघेल मेरे रूम में रूम पार्टनर हैं. तो 2-3 बार तो मैंने इनके ऊपर पानी डाला है.
हाँ. अच्छा पानी डाला है उठाने के लिए.
जी
ठीक है. और ये सचिन, ये है ना ऐसे साइलेंट बैठे हैं, उस वक्त से बात कर रहे थे. ये उठ जाते टाइम पे, ब्रेकफास्ट सब कुछ कर लेते हैं?
ये उठ जाते हैं सुबह जल्दी मॉर्निंग.
ये वाह बात सचिन, सही किया आपने. बट मैं आपसे ये भी पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्रिकेट एक ऐसा गेम है कि हम जैसे लाइक बचपन में भी रहता है ना कि पहला गेम मम्मी पापा भी बैट बॉल दे देते हैं हाथ में. तो आपका भी ऐसे ही सिनारियो था कि क्रिकेट का संबंध आपका कैसा था पहले से?
क्रिकेट में बचपन से खेल रहा हूँ और काफ़ी क्रिकेट खेला है मैंने. 10-12 साल की उम्र से मैं क्रिकेट खेल रहा हूँ. मतलब
अच्छा,
मेरे को 10 साल 12 साल तो क्रिकेट खेलते खेलते हो गया है. और प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेट भी था एक समय में.
वाह.
हाँ.
कहाँ तक गए आप?
नहीं, वैसे टेनिस बॉल क्रिकेट.
अच्छा.
ये दोस्त, मेरा दोस्त है सागर पटेल इस टीम में.
अच्छा.
और ये मेरे गांव से ही है.
हाँ.
और साथ में भी खेले हम लोग क्रिकेट.
बढ़िया बात है. गिव अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज. यही क्रिकेट तो चलता रहता है यहाँ पे सबका. सुखप्रीत पाजी, आपसे भी पूछते हैं कि क्रिकेट के साथ आपका क्या संबंध है, या उसमें कुछ हंसी मजाक भी चलता है कि टीम के अंदर जब रियल क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, वो भी आप बता सकते हैं?
मेरा क्रिकेट का, मैं स्कूल के लिए क्रिकेट खेलता था, उसके बाद कॉलेज के लिए भी खेला हूँ. और जब से फिर जॉब में लग गया तो खेलने का टाइम नहीं मिलता था, तो ये रियल क्रिकेट इंस्टॉल की. इसमें वो फीलिंग आती थी कि जब आप खुद ही जाके जैसे खेल रहे हो. और हमारी टीम में भी रात को थोड़ी बहुत प्रैक्टिस होती रहती है, दिन में भी वही माहौल रहता है. जैसे भी कोई फ्री होता है तो उसके हाथ में फ़ोन और ये क्रिकेट यही खेलते हैं.
सही बात है. देखिए अभी दोनों टीम्स क्रिकेट खेल रही है. क्रिकेट तो पहले से शुरू है इनका. अभी आखिरी 3 दिन रहने वाला है, तो 3 दिन के लिए अभी अंपायर हम बुलाएंगे जो टॉस करने वाले हैं. तो अंपायर प्लीज कम इनटू द पिच एंड हम टॉस कंटिन्यू करेंगे. अंपायर के लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. आज तो मैं अंपायर को भी नहीं छोड़ूंगा क्योंकि उनका बर्थडे भी है आज. अंपायर साहब, सर मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, देखिए आप हर रोज पूरा फुल स्वैग के साथ आते हो, कुछ बोलते नहीं हो. आज मैं बोलने के लिए माइक दे रहा हूँ आपको. ठीक है,
बोलिए.
हाँ, आप दर्शक को क्या बोलना चाहते हैं? हर रोज आपको चीयर करते हैं ये लोग.
कुछ नहीं, थैंक यू गाइस सो मच. आज बर्थडे भी था तो सबने विश किया, बहुत अच्छा लगा. और सब लोग दोस्त ही बन चुके हैं अभी, और अच्छा लग रहा है. लाइक अच्छा है, एनवायरनमेंट भी अच्छा है, और सब अच्छे तरीके से रहते हैं मेरे साथ, तो अच्छा लग रहा है.
आप कितना क्रिकेट खेलते हो?
मैं तो खेलता हूँ.
बचपन में कितना खेला था?
बहुत खेलता है, अभी भी खेलता हूँ. बचपन में भी बहुत खेला है.
बैट क्रिकेट या असली वाला वो प्लास्टिक बैट और बॉल देते थे ना?
जो बैट दो, जो बॉल दो,
किसी में भी बैट बॉल बना लेते. सही बात है. थैंक यू सो मच. बड़ा, अभी टॉस के लिए चलते हैं. टॉस कॉल कौन करेगा? यस सौरभ, कोलकाता हॉक्स से टॉस कॉल करते हुए.
हेड्स.
हेड्स इट इज गाइस. कोलकाता हॉक्स टॉस जीतती हुई. व्हाट डू यू वांट टू चूज?
बॉल फर्स्ट.
बॉल फर्स्ट. व्हाट इज योर स्ट्रैटेजी गोइंग टू बी? लंदन राइनोस भी वापस ऊपर आना चाहते हैं, यू आर ऑलरेडी ऑन टॉप. क्या उनको मौका नहीं देना चाहते हो, या देखते हैं मैच कैसे जाएगा, वैसे स्ट्रैटेजी है?
नहीं, हमको ऊपर जाना है तो हमको खेलना तो पड़ेगा. अच्छा,
हर पॉइंट लेंगे. थैंक यू सो मच. कोलकाता हॉक्स बॉलिंग ले चुके हैं, मतलब आपको बैटिंग करना ही पड़ेगा. सो व्हाट इज योर स्ट्रैटेजी गोना बी, क्योंकि आपको पॉइंट्स चाहिए.
सर एक डिसेंट स्कोर बोर्ड पे लगाने का ट्राई करेंगे और उसको डिफेंड करेंगे.
कौन क्रूशियल रहेगा आपकी टीम की तरफ से आज?
ऑब्वियसली ब्रूट, जो ब्रूट होता है बैटिंग में वो क्रूशियल होता है. तो अगर अच्छा टारगेट बड़ा बनाना है तो तेजस भाई ये
आज कुछ स्पेशल स्ट्रैटेजी बनाया है कि
स्ट्रैटेजी वगैरह जितनी मर्जी बनाए हो स्टेज पे आके फिर वो वही करता है जो उस टाइम होता है.
सबका यही है, हर टीम का यही है. पर आप दोनों शेक हैंड कीजिए. विल सेंड देम बैक टू देयर डगआउट्स एंड यहाँ से शुरू करेंगे हम डे नंबर 9 का मैच 2. बट बिफोर दैट विल सेंड इट बैक टू आवर एनालिस्ट रोशन एंड चेतन.
Well, there you have it. Kolkata Hawks winning the toss and opting to bowl against London Rhinos. Roshan, no surprises?
Absolute no surprises. Well, you can just predict it right now. I mean, because, you have the teams coming there. Now, this is, of course, the stage. There's also a reason behind it because they don't want to risk anything now, knowing the fact that there have been so many teams out there who have won the toss, chosen to bowl, and also won the game. Kolkata, of course, lost that toss yesterday, but won that game. I think they would be a little slight less worried about that fact that whether it's a win or a loss, they're going to go for the game 100%.
Right, we're ready for the game, and it's over to our casters, Crips and Floki.
All new Pulsar Manias here. Maniacs wanted.
अब आगे कुछ भी हो सकता है.
निकर और टी-शर्ट पहन के आया साइकिल लोन लगा के फोन बता दे सबको बच के
All flights to remain grounded.
कर दे.
जो खुद की सुनते हैं दुनिया उनकी सुनती है. लेंस का आकड़ है.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, देवी और सज्जन और हमारे सारे दर्शकों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है ग्लोबल ई क्रिकेट प्रीमियर लीग में. मैं हूं फ्लोकी, मेरे साथ है क्रिप्स और हम दिन के दूसरे मैच पे आ चुके हैं जो खेला जाएगा कोलकाता हॉक्स और लंदन राइनोस के बीच में. Kolkata Hawks, much like the Dubai Vipers, are sitting on top of the table in the second place just because they have a slightly lower run rate than the side of the Dubai Vipers, but, net runs compared to the Dubai Vipers, but I have to say, they are probably one of the most consistent teams here in the GEPL.
Are they though? I mean, they also sometimes can be very luck dependent. Just before this match started, Mukul, जो कि लंदन के टीम मैनेजर है, मेरे सामने आते हैं और उन्होंने कहा कि मुझसे कि क्रिप्स भाई आपने लंदन का विन प्रेडिक्शन क्यों किया? Because he thinks कि जब भी मैं लंदन प्रेडिक्ट करता हूँ लंदन हारती है, and he thinks I am the unlucky charm.
Oh,
I mean I don't blame him. I could be, I very well could be. But यार मेरे मुंह पे ऐसा नहीं बोलना था.
Yeah, I have to say though, the London Rhinos, they are, I think they've got the highest of highs, I think, and they've got the lowest of lows. Right after the Delhi Sharks, I think these guys are the team that probably has had some of the wildest matches here. But of late, they have been trying to control that. We have seen some conservative batting coming out from them. And let's see if they can, get some of that magic out, if they can control that aggression and use it to get up to a good start as they have done right here, Praveen, right at the bat, getting a 4. Well, not the kind of bowling that the Kolkata Hawks were looking to open with, but it is the kind of bowling they have to contend with for now.
That's not a problem, man. That is absolutely not a problem for the Kolkata Hawks. They are actually one of the stronger bowling teams in this tournament. Probably not as strong as Dubai Vipers, but definitely nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, good fielding. Making sure there's only room for 2 there. And Satyendra. Well, let's see if he can get some wickets here. Similar to the Apes, similar to the Vipers. Both those teams had some good bowling coming through, but again, Praveen gets down on one knee. Good shot by him, but defended by the fielder. Although there is room for 3 now, and I believe that might just be Tejas on strike. The Brute on the side of the Rhinos. He has been dispatched a bit quicker than he'd like in his past couple of games, but he's hoping to turn over a new leaf today.
Definitely is. I'm also quite excited to see what Tejas has in store for us. He's currently sitting at 192 runs in the tournament. He just needs a few more to cross the 200-run mark, and that would make him the second person to cross 200.
Yeah.
Of course, the only person who's crossed it so far is Biswas with that ridiculous performance yesterday.
I didn't even have to think, I was just smiling because I knew the name that was going to come out of your mouth. I was like, yeah, there's no way on earth it's anyone but that guy.
But Tejas, I mean, you know, in his own right, he's a terrific batsman. He's been one of the players that, you know, we thought about a lot when we thought of the best batsmen here in GEPL.
Yeah.
Although with that said, now, the one doing the heavy lifting on the field currently is Praveen. You know, he has gotten a fair number of runs here. He's hoping for another boundary, and well, I think he might just have it. Is that going to beat the fielder? No, it's not. Well fielded again here by the Kolkata Hawks as, well, their bowling spree continues. You know, they might not get wickets, but they certainly are preventing the Rhinos from scoring a higher average of runs in the power play overs.
You know, Praveen, even though वो एक radical batsman है, वो उस तरह से खेलते नहीं है. बहुत सोच समझ के, बहुत tactically खेलते हैं. That's what I appreciate about Praveen. वो इतने ज़्यादा risk नहीं लेते जितना आप तेजस को लेते हुए देखेंगे.
Yeah. Tejas is, well,
Something
brute
else.
incarnate.
Yeah.
Thinks
He's
like a brute, acts like a brute, plays like a brute. And well, is he going to get caught? Oh, he is! Tejas again going to be dispatched in his very second ball. Not what the Rhinos were looking for here. And the Kolkata Hawks, they have reason to celebrate.
And that takes away so much firepower from the London Rhinos.
Yeah.
तेजस के बैटिंग पे ही वो लोग बहुत बार निर्भर रहते हैं. कितनी बार हमने ऐसा देखा है कि तेजस की बैटिंग ने उनको पावर प्ले के एंड पे 30 रन्स के ऊपर पहुंचा दिया है, लेकिन इस बार वैसा नहीं होगा.
Oh, run cancel. Good decision here by the Rhinos. थोड़ा सा चूक गए निशाने में अपने, इसकी वजह से गेंद कहीं और ही चली गई. लेकिन मिर्जा जी 13 विकेट के साथ सबसे ज्यादा विकेट ले चुके हैं यहाँ पे GEPL में. और उसी के साथ आई थिंक ये गेंद बाउंड्री के पास जाएगी. बहुत ही शानदार शॉट. ये ज्यादा पावर वाला शॉट नहीं था, लेकिन ये अक्लमंदी वाला शॉट था. उन्होंने देखा.
Exactly. और इसे मैं कहता हूँ कि प्रवीण बहुत सोच समझ के खेलते हैं.
Yeah.
एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि मिर्जा जी ने कोई गलती की है यहाँ पे, ना ही कोई ऐसा गंदा बॉल डाला है. नो, दिस इज जस्ट प्रवीण बीइंग really smart.
I mean, वो गेंद को खेलने का सिर्फ एक तरीका था, and he found it.
Yeah, exactly. Now मिर्जा जी, even though वो बहुत बार ऑलमोस्ट हैट्रिक सिचुएशन पे पहुंच चुके हैं, 2 विकेट्स बैक टू बैक, probably even 3 wickets in an over or something like that, लेकिन कभी भी उनको वो हैट्रिक मिला नहीं है. But now that he is the highest wicket taker, hopefully he will be a little happy after this.
Yeah, but let's just pay due credit here over to the Hawks, right? Second over comes in. I mean, the side of the Rhinos, they found. Okay, I'm just going to stop saying that because I was going to say they have maintained a lower average of runs in the first 2 power play overs. Clearly not. Now Praveen has something to say about this. He smashes that one towards the the fine leg for a 4.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff coming here from the Rhinos. And I like the fact that they're starting to relieve some of that pressure from Tejas. I mean, Tejas is a bit of a wild batsman, but I think if Praveen and Chhatrapati can do the heavy lifting, it's going to give Tejas the room to be intelligent as well as powerful when needed, you know. And I think that freedom, it can only be given to the brute batsmen once you're balanced and your radicals have their head in the game. Once they can safely get those 2s and 3s, they occasionally score the boundaries. You know that these guys can really, you know, put up a fight, even in your absence.
You just read everything that I was about to say. You just read my mind. Praveen is that kind of a guy, right? He often plays the redirection shots, just strokes them either towards square leg or towards point. And that too with like wrist flick shots, not even like shots that require a lot of your arm strength.
Yeah, he doesn't swing.
Yeah, and every now and then he will just scoop it or go for a reverse sweep straight for a boundary. So you need to be careful about those because वो जब टाइमिंग पे खेलते हैं ना ऐसे वाले शॉट्स के लिए, उनको फील्ड कर पाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है.
बिल्कुल, काफ़ी वेरिएशन है उनकी प्ले स्टाइल में यहाँ पे. और सुप्रीत भी अपनी पहली गेंद पे काफ़ी अच्छे बल्लेबाजी करेंगे, स्ट्राइक भी रिटेन करते हुए यहाँ पे. And the Rhinos, I mean, this is not anything to write home about, but it's certainly not bad either. The real trouble is maintaining this run rate. The real trouble is making sure that you find an average of 2 per ball. If you can do that, then you're looking at a higher average of runs. And well, the Kolkata Hawks, we've discussed this before, they are some really good bowlers. Attempted to run the batsman there, but good dive to cover the runs.
The funny part is, up until now, Kolkata Hawks were at 2nd place.
Yeah.
But after Dubai lost and their net run rate dropped, Kolkata is now the #1 ranked team.
Oh, but again, this is what I was talking about. Beautiful shot coming here from the London Rhinos. This is what they need to do. Get those 2s in whenever they can, and when you see the opportunity, smash the ball through. The pacer meets his match here in Sukhpreet. He does not take that ball lightly, sends it across the mid-wicket. No hesitation whatsoever. Oh, again, an interesting shot attempted. Not sure if that was the direction he was aiming for, but nonetheless, they do find one run. So not the end of the world here. And now Praveen going to be at strike, the man who is responsible for getting the Rhinos up until this stage. He's scored 25 out of these 35 runs here. Let's see what else he can get. Good batting there, not for the fielder. And only finding the singles as, again, some cerebral bowling coming here from Saurabh.
Yeah, he's keeping them humble. He's only given away one boundary so far, which is also okay because that was well deserved. That was a great shot played by Praveen. But regardless of that, Saurabh बिना wickets के भी बहुत अच्छी economy maintain कर रहे हैं. Last ball को भी थोड़ा stable रखेंगे, then he will only give away 12. And it's a dot, I guess. I don't think that was a wide.
I don't think so either. It chipped the edge of the bat there, bounced on the ground, and so the batsman attempts that shot. Therefore, it's no longer a wide. But again, I have to say, given the way they are playing this, this is starting to look like the Rhinos might need to go back to their older ways. You know, they might need to start becoming a bit more aggressive because the Kolkata Hawks are really limiting their options here. There's only 2 overs remaining. Right as I say, they need to go back to their old ways. That is what they do. They smash that ball across. But a good dive by the fielder covers the boundary. And a good throwback too, making them struggle for the 3 there.
They might have smashed the ball, but that ball was smashed by the fielder with his head. You see how he dove for this one?
Yeah.
It was almost like he was trying to save a football goal.
Yeah, catches it with his face.
Yeah. In real life,
don't do that in real life, folks.
Yeah, definitely not. Do not put your head in between flying objects.
Yeah. That is one very nasty way to find out just how hard, just how badly those stitches can hurt. But as we continue here in the game, again, the Hawks, not the flashiest, not the most ambitious, but definitely the most consistent and definitely the deadliest because you don't know what they're going to do next.
Exactly. It's this consistency that's got them to the #1 spot on the table.
They're very hard to read.
Exactly. They're very hard to read. And they did take the #1 spot just 10 minutes ago, I guess. जब दुबई हारी, तब उनका run rate drop हो गया, and now Kolkata's on the #1 spot.
Oh, वापस से शानदार bowling यहाँ पे. As जो बल्लेबाज से थोड़ा misread कर गए वहाँ पे बॉल को. सुप्रीत, उनको लगा कि वो सीधा मिडल पे कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे, लेकिन टाइमिंग थोड़ा चूक गया उनका.
टाइमिंग चूक गया, और अगर और चूक जाता तो वो शायद एक कैच आउट भी हो सकता था. कीप इन माइंड कि ऐसे स्ट्रेट ड्राइव्स बहुत डेंजरस होते हैं.
और अगर यहाँ पे लंदन राइनोज 18 रन और बना सकती है, मतलब 2 रन पर बॉल की एवरेज यहाँ पे बनाए रख सकती है, तो वो 60 रन छुएंगे. लेकिन वापस से आई मीन हॉक्स वो बहुत अच्छे से प्रेशर समझते हैं कि उनको गेम के कौन से पॉइंट में प्रेशर करना है और कौन से पॉइंट पे सामने वालों के ऑप्शंस लिमिटेड रखने हैं. आई मीन सेकंड लास्ट ओवर है, अभी भी उनका एम ये नहीं है कि वो विकेट्स ले. उनका एम यही है कि यहाँ पे बैट्समैन को ज़्यादा रन ना दे ताकि बैट्समैन अगले ओवर में डेस्परेट हो.
Exactly, और तब जाके वो ट्रैप सेट करेंगे, just like this one. The offside, outside of the stump line.
Off the stump line.
Off the stump line. Yorker length. That's the most classic trap setup.
Yeah, I mean, give the batsman a ball that he really wants to hit. And well, more often than not, it will result in a good catch, but not this one. This one goes right over the fielder's heads. No way on earth you're catching that one unless you're Superman, and that's going to be a 6 here for the Rhinos.
Beautiful shot there. Played it on the back foot, lifts it over, and that too even when the ball was striking the middle of the bat. So it did not get that much power, but it still went all the way.
And now actually with that 6, I think Rhinos just changed the tempo of this game, because now the Hawks, they need to reconsider. They kept them below 50, but now they've crossed the 50 mark. And if they try to be aggressive for those wickets, there's a chance they're going to be able to touch 65 even. So you really have to ask yourself, if you're the Hawks right now, do you want to, bowl a brand new ball each time you throw it, or do you want to try and be aggressive, try and find those wickets, but in turn make the ball easier to read? The balls are easier to hit.
I mean, if they wanted to be aggressive, they should have been that in the last 1 or 2 overs. At this point, it serves them more value if they just continue playing like they are.
Oh, close, But again, all the batsmen getting there in time. And yeah, I mean, even getting 2 runs each is going to be really good for the Rhinos because they will be able to touch 64. But definitely want to try and give Kolkata a run for their money. Not only is it good for you in terms of points, it's also good for you in terms of spirit, and that's exactly what they've done with this 4. They are here to fight, fists up in the air, bloody but unbowed. The Rhinos, they continue to try and pulverize their opposition.
Pulverize them with the horn, impale them all together, and then finally trample them with their big hooves. That's a little too brutal from the London Rhinos. Oh, that could have been great. That could have been a lovely shot. He came ahead, you know. Front foot. It wasn't even front foot. It was basically an advance move.
Yeah, a bit too aggressive here for the Rhinos as they, well, reach a bit too far into their past. I do remember them being insanely aggressive, finding boundaries, but also giving up wickets. So, deja vu, but nonetheless, get enough time to collect their senses, to recuperate their thoughts, and wow, okay. Another dot ball coming through here from Sajid, really limiting the damage. And his teammates, they're happy. I mean, even if he doesn't find the wicket here, this is some really good bowling coming through from him. Let's see the final ball. Just how many runs will the Rhinos score? Oh, they're going to go for a boundary at the end of it. Redemption has been found here for the over as they score 14 in the final one to mark the end of the first innings. And that sums up the batting end for the Rhinos. Now it is the Hawks' turn.
Great shot in the end. Full length delivery. And it connects straight to the bat.
Yeah.
Cover drive successful for a boundary on the last ball. And with that one, the London Rhinos will propel themselves to a healthy enough target.
All new Pulsar Manias here. Maniacs wanted.
Lenskart. Download the app or visit your nearest store.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
Finolex pipes. पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।
And I have to say, Cripps, you know, just to add on to what you're saying, some really, really good batting coming out here from the Rhinos. This time around, it's more consistent than it is flashy. They did not really get the number of runs they would have liked from the first over. It didn't go as well. Second over, they do it better. Third over comes around, they're unable to find those boundaries, but every now and then, they just manage to sneak a boundary and keep the side of the Hawks on their toes, you know, keep them on the tip of their talons. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do if you want to beat out a team that is as consistent as the Hawks. As we mark the start of the first power play over here with a 2.
And even though the name of the Hawks have been echoing throughout these halls, even though London Rhinos are keeping them on their toes, Sachin is one name that's been on the tip of our tongues all this time because of his stellar performances. And that's exactly why. Look at this shot. Threading the needle right between the two fielders on mid-wicket, straight to the boundary.
Oh, yeah. And perhaps that is why they've got the 2 radical batsmen in instead of the brute. The Hawks, they did not bring out Krunal instead. Their opening duo is Sachin and Sujit. And Sachin, certainly deserving of that name, sharing it with the legend. Let's see if he can continue to pile up those boundaries. Oh, yes, he can. He finds a second boundary here. As again, it's not about how hard you hit the ball. It's about where you hit it.
And how fast.
Oh, yeah.
Great redirection by Sachin. Using the entirety of the field to get those boundaries.
Yeah, just giving the ball some direction. And ooh, that one finds the batsman's body and not the bat.
No problem. No injuries. No LBWs either. So Amit has nothing to worry about. Just continue doing the good work. Meanwhile, Sachin moves ahead and plays the similar shot once again.
Yeah, some real daring being shown here by Sachin. As I have to say, every single time I've met this man outside the game, he always tells me, you know, we really want to win this one bad. I really want to try and do better for my team, and this man, every single time he's on, he's been delivering. Ooh, and well, that's going to mark the end of the first over here. 14 runs found by the Kolkata Hawks. And again, not the best start, but not the sloppiest starts either.
Could have been better, but hey, at this point, you really can't afford to ask for much.
Oh yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers, you can't get greedy. And while the London Rhinos are no beggars of sorts, but they are currently on the 4th spot of those overall standings. They are just barely in the safe zone.
Yeah, and that is with 10 games played. So, you know, in terms of games, the Hawks and the Rhinos are on the level playing field. They need this win more than the Hawks.
Wow.
But the Hawks are just not going to give it to them easy. Beautiful scoop coming through, straight towards the fine leg. And there was no fielder to be found there. Error 404 on Google Chrome.
That was a great scoop. It takes cojones to attempt shots like these, and impeccable timing, I must say.
Yeah.
And because of that shot, look at how the fielding setup has changed.
Oh my God, that is a beautiful shot coming through over the fielder's head, straight towards the boundary for a 6, and the drummer cannot catch a break.
What is up with these teams and their second innings today? In the previous game as well, we saw the game end in 2.4 overs. That was a massive run chase, a very quick one too. And Kolkata Hawks seem to be on a similar path.
Yeah, Sagar starting to tense up here, realizing that he continues to bowl like this. Oh! Well, he might have given away a couple of boundaries, but finding that wicket is certainly going to put a smile on that face. As that's the lens card out, nazar ghat gayi. Sorry, nazar hat gayi aur durghatna ghat gayi. Kolkata Hawks के बैट्समैन थोड़ा सा निशाना चूक गए, थोड़ा सा धीरे से खेल रहे थे वहाँ पे आराम से, और उसी की वजह से यहाँ पे सागर ने आउट करते हुए.
And this was a relatively slower ball, but the timing on that one was even slower.
Yeah.
So that really messes with your mind.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the change in speed on the bowling end coming out here from Sagar. The fact that he's not keeping it consistent, really making the batsman think. Oh, but Krunal on his very first ball, he smashes that across. There's no stopping here for the Hawks.
He doesn't think, he just does it. That's the power of the brute batsman.
Yeah.
Whenever Krunal comes up on strike, which is unique by the way, you know, he's one of the only people, the only brute batsman who doesn't open for the team.
Yeah. And for good reason too. I think the Kolkata Hawks, oh! Found a stopping appeal, but is it given? Yes, it is! Oh, Krunal, just as we were praising him, the caster skill strikes. And there it is. A second wicket here in this over by Sagar, the man himself. And well, looks like all the adrenaline and all the aggression that the Rhinos had to learn to temper in their batting style has now made it into their bowling. They give away boundaries, but man, they're hell-bent on getting these wickets.
Exactly. They had enough of this. They now wanted to prove that our bowling can be just as deadly, just as devastating. So what if you manage to smash all boundaries in the second over? You won't be spared in this one. And with that, the brute is gone. It's Satyendra who now has to pick up the responsibilities.
Oh yeah. And those were the 2 power play overs. 14 found in the second one. Sorry, not 14, actually 16 found here in the second over. And again, I mean, while this is a strong total, you still need to conserve those wickets. There's 34 runs to go off of 18 balls, and that target is very achievable if you maintain the average, if you maintain the 2 runs per ball statistic. But again, easier said than done. A lot easier said than done from the casting desk.
Thank goodness we're not up on that stage.
Oh yeah.
Nice ball. Great speed. Great height as well. That's what happens when it's short length. And Sachin was forced to just slide it across. If you try to loft one of those balls, there's a good chance that it will take too much height and then land straight into the fielder's arms. So you have to go for grounded shots on that one.
Ooh, and a swing and a miss. As the batsman didn't really see that one coming.
Yeah.
Kevin catching him off guard.
Yeah.
Sachin.
Quite deceptive.
Yeah, he certainly known for his superior batting, but even he did not see that coming in. Well, take the twos you can get while you can get them, because you don't know what the next over is going to bring.
Praveen has been targeting that mid-wicket and long-on region quite often. But then again, all these balls have been short or good length balls. I want to see what happens when Praveen goes for a full length ball. Will he? Nope. Even this one's short.
Wow.
Forced to redirect that one.
It almost looked like it touched the handle of the bat instead of the bat itself.
Exactly. That's why you can't get all that much power in these kind of balls. And if you try to loft it, it is quite risky. You have to get your timing down to the wire. Otherwise, you're just giving away your wicket for free.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good strokes coming through. Attempting to frustrate the bowler. This could be close. No, it's covered. The dive. Well, that's quite the emotive wicket-keeper there.
We have some really expressive people in the audience.
Yeah. In the audience, in the stands, and in the teams too. Certainly, a lot of personality here from the players. Well, the Hawks, they might not be soaring just yet, but they certainly are in flight.
I think perhaps the most expressive person on the side of the Kolkata Hawks team is probably Sachin.
Yeah.
He can be so nonchalant. And the second most expressive person is not even a player on their team, it's their manager.
Yeah. But hey, I guess that's the price of excellence, right? You want to be the table toppers, you got to give something up. And looks like the Kolkata Hawks are more than happy being the quiet ones, as long as it meant that the game does the talking for them. And so far it has. It really has.
Yeah, I mean, they're really hard believers of the philosophy of Sar Jhukao Kaam Karo.
Yeah.
That philosophy. But every now and then you need someone like Abhishek, you know, who will just come and be flashy. You need someone like Milan who will just come and smooth talk everyone.
Yeah. Milan is one of the smoother players out there. As again, some superb bowling coming here from Chhatrapati. You can see the Rhinos really letting him know, cheering the teammates on, and you love to see the camaraderie. Not holding on to past mistakes, not holding on to past troubles and past problems, instead just moving forward and giving their teammates everything they need.
I just hope they can hold on to this run rate.
Yeah, this is rough. I mean, even at 2 per ball, this is still not looking like they're going to be able to close down the target. And there's not a lot of balls remaining now, only 1.5 overs left.
About time they start bringing out the big shots. Satyendra has big biceps, needs to use them to get the powerful shots in, but nope, sends it scraping across the floor.
Yeah. And again, I mean, this is some real discipline coming in here from the Hawks. They're really playing it close to their chest, but I don't think they're familiar or privy to these kinds of situations all that much. They've had a couple of games that were close, yes, but most of them, they have been rather one-sided, either in the first or the second innings. And so far, the Hawks, they've had it close in both of them. Chhatrapati really, really asking some tough, pertinent questions here to the Hawks. And the Hawks, no response.
And he's
asking
them in a stern voice. He's demanding those answers.
Ooh, okay.
Practically imposing his superiority over here. Giving away only 10 runs, not 10, 8 runs in this over.
8 runs, that's it, that's all they found.
And honestly, this late in the game, that's the best thing that you can ask for, even if there's no wickets.
Oh yeah. 6 balls remain. Well, they certainly have a high target to chase. They need 17 runs here in this over, somehow. By hook, or by crook, or by mistake. That's the objective, and well, that is when the batsmen start getting desperate. That is when they start lofting these balls, even the ones that don't deserve to be lofted. And that looked closer than it should have been. That looked like it got some good air, but it's lucky that the fielder was not a bit more towards the inside, or that could have been an out.
I mean, it is an inside-out field.
Yeah.
Heavy defense towards the frontal V. Plenty of spread-out players across the square leg, mid-wicket and the sides. So if they keep on scraping like this, it will be nearly impossible to get a boundary. They need to go for 6s.
This is a slow death here for the Hawks.
Yeah, they're bleeding internally, hemorrhaging.
Well, the Hawks, not really known to be the most social of creatures, but the friends over in the lake, the Swans, They're singing their song. And oh, okay, that's some interesting bowling coming through, but 2 runs will still be found. This is some real perseverance coming out from the Hawks. The Hawks, oh man, they are playing it close to the chest.
Yeah, they are being I mean, this is good perseverance, but they need a lot more. 11 runs and 3 balls. At least one of these has to be a boundary. At least. And I know कि बाज की नजर बहुत तेज होती है. The Hawks are known for their eyesight, but I really hope they don't lose another lens card wicket here.
This is looking like it is going to be the game for the Rhinos. They're so close to victory. Oh, that's probably going to do it. Oh, I don't see how you come by from that one. This is looking like a lady for particular heft singing, and well, when she sings, you know it's over.
You know you need 2 sixes to win. A 6 and a 4 to tie the score. And this one is going the distance. There is some hope alive yet, Floki. There might just be a chance. Kolkata Hawks hanging on by a thread. Hanging on for dear life. Hanging to that top spot on that score table. If they lose this game, they will still have no problems. They can still make it to the finals, but there is some pride in being the absolute #1 team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Hawks, they're going to be looking to tie this one. If they get a 6, the score will be tied. Although if it's a wide or if it's a no ball.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, the Rhinos will really be beating themselves up after that one. They will not be happy, but I think the pressure really here is on the Hawks. The Rhinos, they just need to throw the ball and hope for the best.
The Grizzlies, the Vipers, all of them cheering on. Here comes the last delivery. Shivam tosses it. It's in the air, and this is definitely not a boundary.
There it is. Oh, the Rhinos, they come back here with the vengeance as they take down the top dogs here. They were in the 4th spot, but now they're going to be moving up slowly but surely. And that's going to be the Rhinos taking the win. Beautiful bowling coming through here.
And with this win, the Rhinos will overtake the Sharks. They will almost reach the Hawks. And they're now in the top 3.
Oh, the London Rhinos, they started off really rough, but somehow they've trampled through all the other animals, pushing them aside with sheer strength, and now they find themselves in that 3rd spot. And that's going to be the end of this match, folks. We're going to be back with the interview as well as the analyst panel, but it's going to be right after this very short break.
The mania is here. Maniacs wanted.
लेंस कार्ड डाउनलोड द ऐप.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा.
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं.
क्या ही बेहतरीन गेम था. लंदन राइनोस वर्सेस कोलकाता हॉक्स. आखिरी दम तक लगा कि जा सकता है हॉक्स के पास, बट राइनोस ने चार्ज विन किया एंड जीत के दिखाया. सुखप्रीत पाजी, आप इधर आइए. सुखप्रीत पाजी अभी भी बिजी है, टीम के साथ डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि क्या हुआ क्या नहीं होना था. सुखप्रीत पाजी आ जाइए, आप हमें भी बताइए क्या डिस्कशन चल रहा था.
नहीं, बस वो लास्ट ओवर का डिस्कशन हो रहा था. लास्ट ओवर में उसको बोल रहा था जो बॉल डालने का, वो एक बॉल थोड़ी गलती होगी, वैसे तो ठीक है, बस एंड हो गया.
अच्छा, कैसे लग रहा है जीत के? अभी पॉइंट्स में अभी ऊपर आओगे, क्योंकि 3 लोग लड़ रहे थे वो 10 पॉइंट्स में, अभी आप 12 पे आ चुके हो.
ऑब्वियसली सर, अभी टेबल टॉपर के सामने बिन हुए हैं, तो तो अभी टीम का हाई है, तो जरूर क्वालिफाई करेंगे सर.
नाइस. मैं सागर जी को बुलाना चाहता हूँ. आपका ये ओवर गेम चेंजिंग ओवर था यहाँ पे, ठीक है. 2 विकेट्स जो चाहिए था एंड उनका ब्रूट को निकाल दिया, उसके जो मार रहे थे उनको भी निकाल दिया. तो उस ओवर में क्या चल रहा था? आप और सुखप्रीत दोनों बैठे थे, तो क्या बोल रहे थे वो और कैसे निकाला?
हमारा गेम प्लान नॉर्मल था कि ज़्यादा अपने को ट्राई नहीं करना है, उनको खुद को ट्राई करने देना है. उनको स्टार्ट काफ़ी अच्छा मिल गया था. उसके बाद पाजी और हमने डिसाइड किया कि हम अटैक नहीं करते हैं, वो खुद अटैक कर रहे हैं, वो फंसेंगे, और वो उसी में ही फंस गए.
वाह, क्या बात. बट एक चीज़ मैं आपसे करवाने के लिए बोलूँगा अपने पूरी टीम को, तो पूरी टीम यहाँ पे आ जाइए. पूरी टीम यहाँ पे आ जाइए. आज हंसी मजाक का दिन है, तो देखिए आप भी आ जाइए, सबको आना पड़ेगा। आप कसरत करते हैं, ये कितना करते हैं मुझे नहीं पता, तो आपको कसरत करवाना पड़ेगा इनको। क्या करवाओगे? सब करना पड़ेगा, हाथ का नहीं, कोई और बोलेंगे। हाँ
नेक्स्ट मैच वी डेफिनेटली
नहीं, एक करवाना पड़ेगा आपको, छोटी सी।
चलो
हाँ, एक करना पड़ेगा, सबको करना ही पड़ेगा। जीता है सागर, यहाँ पे करवाएगा आपको, ठीक है?
कर लो एक पुशअप, एक पुशअप कर।
हाँ, एक पुशअप, ठीक है। विनिंग पुशअप सबको, अरे सब उनको सपोर्ट करो, जोरदार तालियां। ये सबको एक पुशअप करना है। चलो 3, 2, 1 गो। ये बात, सागर भाई तो एक बोल के वो 10 मरने वाले, बाकी सब भी चले गए। अरे सिम्हा भाई वो भी चले गए लय में। थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत मजा आया। थैंक यू सो मच सुप्रीत जी।
स्पेशली मैं अपने मैनेजर से क्या थैंक यू बोलना चाहूँगा, जैसे ही कल की हार के बाद इन्होंने हमें मोटिवेट किया है, तो थैंक यू आप दोनों का, मुकुल भाई एंड अजय भाई।
गिव मुकुल भाई एंड अजय अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। थैंक यू सो मच लंदन राइनोज, आपकी जीत के लिए। अभी भी मैचेस है आपका, अभी भी उसका भी थोड़ा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। बट हॉक्स सौरभ आप आइए यहाँ पे। आई नो लॉस थोड़ा आपको चेंज किया है, डगमगाया है टीम, बट इट्स ओके, पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ द गेम है।
बहुत क्लोज हार हुई है।
यस,
कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी सी गलती हुई हमसे, मैच तो हमारे पक्ष में ही था।
एग्जैक्टली। तो अब देखिए, एक लॉस, अभी जैसे दुबई वाइपर्स भी टॉप कर रहे थे, आप भी टॉप कर रहे थे, दोनों को आज के दिन में लॉस मिल चुका है। बट ऑल अभी भी टॉप में हो, कोई आपको निकालने नहीं वाला है, क्योंकि आपके पास ही ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स है। एंड अभी देखिए आपके पास एक और गेम है दिन के अंत में, तो उसके लिए क्या रहेगा आपका प्लान?
हाँ, वो भी जीतेंगे और टॉप पर रहेंगे।
टॉप पे रहना है। विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट। जो हुआ है सो हुआ है, भूल जाइए, एक और गेम है तो विशिंग कोलकाता हॉक्स ऑल्सो द बेस्ट। बट अभी जाएंगे पोस्ट मैच सेगमेंट के लिए टू रोशन एंड चेतन।
All new Pulsar Mania's here. Maniacs wanted.
Lenskart. Download the app now.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।
Well, you're watching action from match day 9 of JetSynthesys presents the Global E-Cricket Premier League on Sports 18 and JioCinema. And what a day it is turning out to be for the table toppers. London Rhinos beating Kolkata Hawks by 4 runs after Dubai Vipers lost to the New York Apes. With me is Roshan Shetty. Roshan, it's turning out to be the curse of the table toppers.
Absolutely. Well, we called for a surprise in that first game. This too, of course, from my end was a surprise because London Rhinos were going against such a strong side. But what it does also do is doesn't move Kolkata from the top of the table, but makes their chance a little weak out there.
Let's take a look at the batting scorecards then. London Rhinos getting the job done. Praveen, 39 not out of 15. Sukhpreet, 24 not out of 13. They got Tejas cheaply, but still 64 for 1. You know, on most dates, that's a good enough total.
Absolutely, 64 is a pretty decent total. I mean, we have seen 89 yesterday. After this, of course, 64 seems like a little low out there. But again, you know, what's concerning for the fact from a London perspective is that Tejas back-to-back is getting out very cheaply, and this would not be a good sign in case they're talking about one of the top batsmen, the brood batsman, getting out very quickly, which could be problematic. Yes, of course, Praveen has fired. Yes, Sukhpreet has come into charge as well. But then if you, the top three of them, which you're seeing right now, can fire, I think London is a team which cannot be stopped. Remember, they're also one of the teams who have chased some really good targets, which makes them a good potential batting side as well.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the batting scorecard of the Kolkata Hawks as well. They had to chase 65. Never an easy target, that one. Sachin, well, he opened the batting, 34 of 18. He was carrying the momentum, carrying his team forward. Big wickets, Sujit and Krunal. Sagar, those 2 wickets, 10 and 4. Not quite the finishing job that Sachin would have wanted.
Certainly not, because you see, they have the wickets out there in their hand.
Yeah.
Sachin was trying from one end, but what they lack is a support from the other end, because of course, your main batter is going out there, getting some runs on board. The least the other side can do is just stick around, which they weren't able to do. At the end of the day, the pressure was there. I mean, you can see the London Rhinos, they're choking them completely, but they still came to that last over. They needed 10 in 2. They got a 4 as well, I mean, from the other end. But then, of course, On the other side, it was very challenging for the Hawks.
Sachin got 14 from the first 6 deliveries. Do you think he should have done more towards the end?
I think, well, again, the strike was there. The strike was being rotated. If that could have been done a little better, I think the results could have been a little different out here.
And here's the bowling scorecard of the London Rhinos, and you have to take a look at those 3 bowlers, Praveen, Sukhpreet and Shivam. And look at that, 28 runs from the last 3 overs when Kolkata needed 35. ये कहते हैं ना कि आपने control के साथ bowling की है. That was proper control.
Absolutely, it's like a funnel if you see. I mean, the first 2 overs were a little expensive, didn't come out 10, 10 and then 8, which really makes things too tight.
And those 2 wickets from Sagar really hurting Kolkata.
Well, certainly it does. Like I told you earlier, I mean, we did expect Kolkata to come out with a good batting performance. But at the end of the day, I mean, talking about a side, of course, which fell a little short. London Rhinos, you have to give it to them. They're having a splendid run.
Yeah, Kolkata Hawks, not much to write home about. Mirdhaji in the wickets again. That is his 13th wicket in the tournament, the leading bowler. Let's take a look at the scorecard, the match summary. London Rhinos then, they were put into bat by Kolkata Hawks, who won the toss and had no qualms about choosing to bowl first, but it didn't really turn out that way. London putting 64 on the board, Kolkata 60 for 2.
Then, of course, that is the result. But like I did mention about the fact when we go to see that point symbol. But before that, let's have a look. Praveen, without a doubt, 39 runs. And an impressive one. Got that 1-6 as well, but most importantly, kept the runs ticking for the London Rhinos.
On a day where Tejas did not score too many runs, how important was Praveen's contribution?
Very crucial, because I think they have that camaraderie within them that, look, Tejas, of course, he has been their #1 batter. He scored runs for the team. But what happens is sometimes, on an off day, if your batter doesn't perform, what's good about the London Rhinos is you have somebody like a Praveen really stepping up and saying, look, don't worry, I'm here always.
Let's take a look at the partnerships of both teams. It will tell us more about how their batting progressed. London Rhinos completely dominating there. They got a good start from Praveen and Tejas, but even better progression with that partnership. Praveen and Sukhpreet, 50 of 23 balls. That's the match-winning partnership right there.
Well, very crucial out there, that 50 which they got. Again, like I did mention about Tejas not working, but Sukhpreet coming up and then eventually playing that captain's knock for the London Rhinos, which makes it very important. The captain leading from the front and there.
And looking at Kolkata's batting chart in terms of their partnerships, I mean, we know that Sachin went on to play a pivotal role for them. And we're just waiting for the Kolkata partnership to come on. But Sachin, he had such a crucial role there. He got the start, but really could not provide the finishing touch.
But I think he just reminded me of Sachin Tendulkar opening with the likes of Sehwag some time back, giving those beautiful cricketing shots. And then at one point you say, look, Sachin is back in form. And that makes things so much easier, isn't it, on the other side?
Yeah, and you know what? If you talk about the Kolkata batting card, you had Sujit, Krunal. They have brought Krunal to #3. In the last couple of matches, that change has not worked.
It has not worked because, Krunal is that brute batter for them, which is very important for them to actually... Which, again, you talk about the likes of, Krunal not really firing. Even today you saw him. They lost back-to-back wickets out there. Krunal, the brute batter, was out cheaply, which made things very difficult for Kolkata Hawks.
Right. Let's take a look at the 4s and 6s brought to you by Bajaj NS 125 Showstopper. Now let's take a look at the wickets package brought to you by Lenskart. Well, time to look at the points table, which is the most important aspect of the day. We are on match day 9, the second half of the tournament, the business end of the tournament, Roshan. And I know, before we go to the points table, one side that is really happy with this, or in fact these two games, is Chennai Wolves.
Absolutely, you know, Chennai, one thing which they won't be happy is seeing themselves at the bottom, but one thing, of course, for sure, for today is the two games which they wanted, it's worked in our favor, but what's more important, go out there, perform, and make a point out there.
Yeah, we're looking at the points table brought to you by Dhruv Global School. We nurture confidence. And Kolkata Hawks stay top despite that loss because Dubai Vipers, their heavy loss against New York Apes meant that their net run rate took a heavy beating. But, let's not freak out for them because Kolkata and Dubai have a game in hand today. But look, New York Apes, London Rhinos now firmly in the top 4, which means Mumbai Grizzlies will have a lot to do. They have been on a kind of a downward spiral. The next game against Chennai Wolves. Roshan, what do you make up of this matchup?
Well, I think Chennai will be that team to look out for because this is, when the stakes are high for Chennai, which is more important from a fact. Now, Mumbai, of course, slipping down there. London moving up to that 4th spot, which makes things more tighter out there. Remember, Delhi Sharks also going to come back eventually. And then we have the likes of Chennai Wolves. If they get those 2 points, it makes things more tighter at the end, which in fact makes the league more interesting and more competitive.
I mean, if you look back at the tournament, then Mumbai obviously have been the better team, in form at times, their bowlers clicking, their batsmen clicking. And then you look at Chennai, they had a run of 5 consecutive losses. They haven't been the best team out there. But in this matchup, in the last 3 games, both teams have just the 1 win. So equal footing going into this game?
Absolutely equal footing, because like I did mention, there have been times where we have seen that potential side from Chennai, which can fire wrong. Sometimes the combinations don't work out, which is really hurting Chennai's chances. This is a stage, and this is now a stage where they cannot afford to make those mistakes. If they can get those things right, I'm pretty sure a side like Chennai can actually beat Mumbai, but that is for the other side.
More action coming up on match day 9 of JetSynthesys presents the Global E-Cricket Premier League. It will be Chennai Wolves and Mumbai Grizzlies in a must-win encounter for both sides on the other side of this short break.
All new Pulsar Mania's here. Maniacs wanted.
लेकिन ये पाइप चलेगा।
फिनोलेक्स पाइप्स, पीढ़ियां बदलेंगी, पाइप नहीं।